Alright guys, welcome back to another cast. Kingsley and I are here. Looks like Kingsley's got a blender going on in the background. Alright guys,
Yeah,
welcome
we got
back
something weird
to...
going on here. One moment.
We are going to be playing a Scorpion Mirror between two very strong players. We got Nomen and Shenful. And looks like...
I believe, just a little fun fact, I believe Nomen and Shenful are the two highest ELO Scorpion players on the ELO ratings.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty sweet.
So the ELO ratings are of course still early, but if they prove accurate, we have the two best Scorpion players in the league facing off. We'll see what happens. So let's just do a quick look at these decks here.
Yeah, they kind of started very quickly. I think Shen might be on a tight schedule.
All right, we'll make it a really quick look at the decks then. Taking a look at Shenful's deck here. He is playing a Scorpion Dragon deck. His splash is 2 Let Go and 3 Muramoto's Fury. He has 2 Fine Katana and 2 Ornate Fan. He's playing 2 Byushi Kachiko and 2 Unassuming Yojimbo. His events are fairly standard, though he is on only 2 copies of Banzai.
Oh, I see that. He does have an I Can Swim.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Shen's list, I think.
I'm looking at.
You're looking at Shen's list.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so Shen has 2 Banzai. Shen has 3 Assassination.
One interesting thing: no A Fate Worse Than Death from Shen, nor an I Can Swim. He does have 3 policy debates.
Both players do have 3 Wave the Scorpion, which is because neither of them are playing any characters that can be targeted for it. It's actually a dead card until they find Favored Niece.
Yeah, luckily both of them have 3 Favored Niece to get that way the Scorpion on out of there. But neither of them have any neutral nor splashed characters, which is pretty funny.
So we see
Oh, God. Sorry,
I was gonna say we see Blackmail Artist from Nomen, and then we see double Manipulator from Shen. So he actually gets to use his Stronghold. I feel like being able to use your Stronghold more than your opponent is a pretty big advantage for Scorpion Mirrors. And being able to draw 7 cards on turn 1 is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Wow, that's not something that I think I've seen before, but that's a wild start.
So this Manipulator just runs into Shameful. Shen's just scouting here.
Yep. So you see Shameful. It is also on the Imperial Palace, which is. Are either of these guys playing Censure?
It doesn't. I don't think so.
No,
No.
It actually does look like it. It looks like Nomen is playing 2 copies of Censure, so that Imperial Palace
Oh yeah,
could
Nomen
play
is
an
playing
important
2.
role in this game.
Yeah, Nomen's playing 2 Censures. Nomen doesn't have that many buffs. He's only got 1 Cloud, 2 Katanas, and 1 Fan. So Shen has the advantage in the number of buffs he has.
Interestingly, it looks like even though he does not have Censures of his own, it looks like Shenful's playing an Imperial Palace as well, probably just to contest.
It's to block, yeah, for sure. Also, Shen has 3 Cloud the Mind.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised because I think that Nomen is quite late on attachments here, which might honestly work to his advantage since both of these decks have ample attachment control.
That's true, because both of them are on Dragon Splash, so Shen has 2 Let Goes, and...
On the other hand, you might need extra copies of attachment control to get them through in the counter wars.
That and also a lot of calling in favors, so the attachments are going to be changing hands quite often. So we see one of Shen's assassinations on the Blackmail Artist. Because Nomen also assassinated Shen's other liar, manipulator. So
Boy.
So we see no victory on that, and
Wow, and then
the honor totals are plummeting.
This is a wild game. So the assassinations here, Shen immediately using his own assassination does mean that Nomen may not get to use the stronghold. Nomen sends in his unassuming Yojimbo.
Yojimbo's really weak in this matchup, I think, because specifically because of Miyamoto's Fury.
Muramoto's Fury can be a problem, but I do think that the military strength on the unassuming Yojimbo is quite relevant, simply because the Scorpion decks tend to be pretty light on military strength elsewhere.
That's fair.
So I think just having a 3-strength character with covert can present some problems. Ooh, luckily or unluckily, depending on what we see next, he has hit Pilgrimage. Does he have cards to make this a break? So we know, based on the deck lists, that there are only 2 Fine Katana in Nomen's deck, but he does also have 2 Bonsai.
Yeah.
So he has 4 cards that can potentially make this a break. Does he have one?
Well, I think Shen
Nope.
just doesn't play anything there because it's Pilgrimage and he's not breaking. So and he's not
Right.
he doesn't have to worry about favor because Nomen has the palace. So Shen just doesn't have to play any cards.
Yeah, so Nomen scores a
Oh,
Birth Ring,
and
which
then
doesn't
Shen
do
plays a
anything.
Kachiko.
Oh, playing Bayushi Kachiko here is
So
cool.
Shen can deny the favor by going after this palace.
Yeah, Shen. I think that going in there to smash that palace and also take out Shameful Display is a
Probably
strong
fire.
move.
I can see fire to honor Kachiko.
Fire and honor Kachiko. Fire and honor Kachiko. That's what I would go for. There's some argument. There's some argument for. There's.
You could
I think
void,
fire and honor
like
Kachiko.
it's fire or void for sure. So if he goes, so the one thing about fire is there might be a lot of things that are happening to dishonor this Kachiko. Both players can play court games. We could see a edict from Shen on a potential Miyamoto's Fury. So the fire is he switching? It looks like he's contesting air.
Here's another question: does he want to switch targets? It's possible he wants to go fishing, but if he hits Secret Cache, it's really bad though.
So we see a Fury
Oh,
bowing,
yeah.
and
Yep.
I think Shen's okay with that.
I don't think Shen's very okay with that, but I think it's
I think it's calculated, right? Like, so your opponent doesn't
calculated
have-
risk.
It's not really a risk, right? It's just calculated that if your opponent has it, like what is your acceptable thing? Like if Shen has an edict there and he just decides not to fight, that means he just has accepted that he's gonna get furied, and that's one less fury he has.
Yeah, that's one argument actually for scouting other provinces to try to disable that fury sooner. But the problem with that is that a lot of the Scorpion characters are very low glory. Kachiko is rare in that she has 3 glory. I think that's the highest of any Scorpion.
I agree,
So the
because
result-
Shoju's only 2.
Yeah, Shoju's only 2. There would need to be a lot of scouting before those Miyamotos were actually getting disabled against the best
Both
cards.
players ditched Shoju. It looks like Nomen bitched his Sinister Soshi also, while Shen kept his. Got 11 people watching this Scorpion battle. The Scorpion mirror I think is actually pretty interesting. Like, it has a lot of.
I think
play
it's
to
one
it.
of the less garbage mirrors. I think some mirrors are very bad.
I would
Okay,
agree.
we see the young rumor monger. That's pretty strong here. He can redirect. Ooh, favored niece. So favored niece is actually a card some people don't like at all, but in this matchup, it can be very powerful.
And Shen has basically put his mark on how powerful he thinks it is by playing it with 2 fate.
Nomen's young rumor monger is going to be quite relevant here, though, because while Shen would assuredly love to use calling in favors or forged edict and dishonor his lyre, he's going to be forced to dishonor one of his characters with 2 or 3 glory instead, in all likelihood.
In all likelihood, it's going to be Kachiko that will become dishonored.
Yeah, though it depends on situational factors.
That's true. I guess if it determined like a break or something.
Yeah.
So
Who's up? Okay, bids. Let's see some. No bids yet.
So
Shenful gets his
yeah, Shen
stronghold.
took a fate. So Shen bids 4, Nomen bids 5.
Interesting.
I wonder if that's a hedge if Nomen was to short him there.
Nomen's I Can Swim is enabled.
That's true. So Shen is still down in honor, which means that Nomen's stronghold can't be activated.
Yeah, Shen has been getting the advantage when it comes to these stronghold triggers for sure.
I think double manipulator on turn 1 was pretty important to that. I mean, being able to go up to honor.
Yeah, I mean it's given him a card advantage.
So you just scout with the lyre here, probably. Yeah, scout's pilgrimage.
Yeah, with the lyre. That's not the thing that you most want to see, but he did get a fate from the Void Ring.
So
He is going to hopefully prevent Nomen from using the Void Ring himself.
Nomen has gotten both of his economy from his Seeker role. He's gotten both his Void provinces already, which is really
Yep.
strong in the early game. It can get you some strong advantages.
Okay, Nomen passes. Do we see a fan? We see Colleen in. Oh no, his niece is his niece is digging. So he drops a Colleen in favors. That seems reasonable. And then he drops a Cloud.
He doesn't have he doesn't. He's playing 3, and he also doesn't have a Shugenja in play right now. So he's
I
looking.
suspect he has at least one Cloud in hand.
I would agree with that. Also, I think he's looking for stuff that's directly impactful right now.
Yeah, if he needed a Shugenja, he could play that Sinister Soshi that he has in Provinces. I'm actually a little surprised that neither players have played their Sinister Soshi. I consider it one of the stronger cards in the game overall.
I think
Looks
it's
like
because both players are running triple assassination. It's pretty.
Looks like he could not pull that fan that he wanted.
He's only playing 1, right? Nomen has 1 fan. Yeah.
I think.
Or sorry, Shen was attacking. Shen has 2 fans.
Yeah, it's Shen and he's on 2. Ooh, looks like we're seeing a big attack here from Bayushi Nomen. He's still deciding exactly what he's going to do, but he has both of his characters selected for this attack. He's going into the pilgrimage. Let's see here. Looks like a military conflict, strength 5. He's going in against Pilgrimage, and he used Covert on favored niece, forcing Shen to defend with Kachiko. That's quite a strong play because it means that Kachiko won't have her very powerful ability active for political conflict. Kachiko initiates a policy debate, but it's canceled by one of Nomen's censures.
Yeah, no one having censure is pretty insane in this matchup. Having extra counter spells, especially ones that don't require you to dishonor your characters, is very strong.
Agreed. So now we're kind of seeing the advantage of having that Imperial Palace last turn.
Yeah, for sure. I bet you Nomen only had the 1 censure, and so he probably was just like use the favor this turn and then fire it off as fast as possible. So we saw a.
Oh!
What was this? So we have Fate Worse Than Death.
Kachiko, and Shen attempts to cancel it, but his Forward Edict is itself canceled by censure. And to make matters worse, the dishonor is moved onto the favored niece with Young Rumor Monger.
Well, did Shen play an Edict? He did play an Edict, so it's it wasn't moved. It was just he used the niece to play Forge Edict. It got censured, and then Kachiko got dishonored by the effect of Fate Worse Than Death.
Interestingly, it says that Nomen uses Young Rumormonger to dishonor niece instead of Kachiko. So for some reason, he was using Kachiko to play his. I don't understand that.
Maybe he.
Well, Shen is now in trouble. That second censure has hit hard, and Fate Worse Than Death has been really useful.
So yeah, this Kachiko has done actual nothing, and she was a huge Fate investment. No one basically traded 4 Fate for 7.
Yeah, I click for Snare. I assumed that he had used Lyre for Edict because that makes a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, so now we see.
Yeah, the text is kind of weird in game.
A forged edict bows the unassuming Yojimbo.
No, a fury bows the.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. A fury, of course. And so now Nomen is winning but not breaking against that pilgrimage.
And so he would need a bonsai here.
Nomen chooses to pass. Let's see, will Shen pass as well? Now, Shen's getting a little low on honor. He will be at 5 after Kachiko leaves play. But
he's going to be 5 after not defending this also.
Oh yeah, good point. He'll be at 4 after Kachiko leaves play. So one option for him here is to swing for the air ring. And another option is to go for the fire ring, for the water ring, but either way he needs to have a buff to get his niece above string 0. This is kind of the downside of favored niece.
Yeah.
Her 2 glory is often negative in Scorpion.
I wouldn't even say often negative. I would say always negative. I guess if it gets honored.
He's going for the air ring, and he hits
Hitting meditations is a
meditations.
pretty big deal too. This niece really needs to be around for Shen to be able to claw. Like, this niece is what would
Turn
give
this
Shen an
here.
advantage over the long run. But like, oh, I can swim!
I can swim. Brutal.
Holy crap! Nomen is in such a commanding position now. Yep.
Nomen's 5-bit enabling I can swim really paying off here.
Yeah. Click calling it.
Combined with his domination of the counter war, this turn was extremely favorable for Nomen.
Yeah. Shen saying Palace turn 1.
Now I think Shen is a very strong player, but I have seen him a bit tilted before. So hopefully he can keep his morale up to keep fighting here. Interestingly, we've seen, I believe, no ring effects resolved this entire game.
That would be correct.
Or no, oh yeah, because no, he had 0 strength for that one.
Yep.
No ring effects.
Yeah, the attack on Shameful didn't get a ring effect either.
That's wild. Each player has played, I believe, one of their Miyamoto's Furies. Miyamoto's is a very impactful card in this matchup. One thing that interests me is both of these decks are playing Miyamoto's and Let Go. I think I would be inclined to play Miyamoto's and Tattooed Wanderer these days.
And then just play three calling in favors as your attachment control.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe some Mia Mystic if you really want to. But I don't really want to. Not in Scorp.
Yeah,
I do like Mia Mystic in clans that need more Shigenja to support Cloud the Mind, though. I have decks with Crane and with Crab, where I think he's pretty sweet.
I think you can do that, but and then it opens up a different splash for you don't necessarily have to splash Dragon then.
You don't necessarily have to splash.
Like if you need attachment control, it gives you neutral attachment control.
Oh.
So we see Hero A for Shen, and we saw Illusionist plus Liar. Nomen is on the one of Kachiko, which I really like. He also has a one of Cunning Magistrate, which could come into play here because both players will have a lot of Dishonored characters.
I often think of Kachiko as ideally a 1x card myself.
So Shen uses Stronghold in Dynasty, and then after draw, Nomen is able to use his back.
Shen has bid 1, interestingly, so Nomen is now a little bit in the danger zone with only 3 honor remaining. And we do see Yogo Hiroi, who can potentially pull in one of Nomen's characters and dishonor it.
He has this Illusionist, though, to protect against that.
Well, the favorable ground lets you get out of the conflict, but you can still be dishonored even after moving out.
No, I mean the Illusionist can remove
Yeah, he has
the
Illusionist.
token.
I thought you said he has the solution, and I mean,
he does. It's the Illusionist.
Yeah. Both players do have favorable ground here. Favorable ground is actually a very strong holding in this and a few other matchups.
So we see
We see the
one fan from Nomen.
This might be preparation for a policy debate. It seems like that could be a reason to put the fan on there.
Face planting is shameful.
Ouch.
Nomen with an exclamation point.
So that's going to be a what's it called? That's a fate to Shenful for Sacred Void, and additionally we'll likely see that triggering. What do you think here? Do you use your favorable ground to move in Hiroi?
I would. So you can move in Hiroi. You then can pull in your opponent's Rumor Monger, or you can pull in their Liar so that it's not there for defense. I probably pull in the Rumor Monger so my opponent has to play a character to make a mill attack, or force them to use their favorable ground a guy out. Like what I imagine is if he moves Hiroi in, he can then move the Rumor Monger in, but then Nomen will just move the Yojimbo out, I think. Because that gives the Yojimbo another covert attack on mill. And then you'll honor Hiroi and dishonor the Illusionist most likely, or the Rumonger. And then the Illusionist can take away the token from Hiroi.
Looks like Shenful is considering his options.
Funny enough, when you have multiple Rumor Mongers in play, the targets can get a little wonky.
Yeah, how does that work? Anyway.
So I had this come up in a game actually and so what happens is I had used Yokuni to copy Rumor Monger, and so my opponent played court games to dishonor one of my participating characters. I chose like a swordsmith, and then they triggered their Rumor Monger to move it to Yokuni, but then because Yokuni is getting dishonored, my Rumor Monger or the Rumor Monger trigger for me also triggers, and I can move it again.
Yeah, I think if I recall correctly, that's the one where they said it was a Mexican standoff, and whoever triggers the ability first loses.
Yeah.
So it kind of negates itself, I guess, because you can't do it, or else your opponent will do it.
Yep.
So let's see. Though it is, of course, possible that you could do it because it's shameful. You could do it on one, and your opponent could use the other. Assassination on Soci-Illusionist. Ouch, that's a hard hit. Favorable ground sends unassuming Yojimbo home, preventing the shameful display trigger. Here's a question. If you are Shenful, do you send your... So this, I think... It may have been a mistake. It's tough to say.
I think you move your guy in first before playing assassination.
No, the thing that I was thinking is, do you use Shameful before playing Assassination?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize he blocked with Rumonger. Yeah, I think you shameful. Yeah, I think you shameful before assassinating. Because at best, it forces these Rumonger triggers out, and at worst, it.
We've now seen Nomen kind of dodge the bullet on that shameful display.
So the big issue here is that Nomen could have another Yojimbo here, and if Shen pulls out and he plays another Yojimbo, it's really, really bad.
Okay. Shen does not use his favorite ground. So he has killed a valuable character here.
So Shen chooses not to pull out. So what do you think about that?
I think...
I think that might be playing too conservatively.
He may simply be worried about a conflict character. I don't think it's that bad. He can always use this later, so he's now going for an attack on Pilgrimage. I suspect what he's trying to do here is to get Nomen to defend heavily and then run away with his favorable ground. And if Nomen doesn't defend heavily, he has the opportunity to potentially score a break on Pilgrimage, which is always good to see.
Oh, now that no, Nomen doesn't have. So he's just attacking Pilgrimage because Nomen doesn't have favorable ground anymore, so he can just hook one of his characters in.
Right, exactly. So I think hooking the unassuming Yojimbo into this conflict is going to be very strong.
Yeah, and then you walk away.
Surprising, it's actually a military conflict.
Yeah, exactly, because he's going to hook and then run away, because then he'll have his political attack still.
Yeah, I think it's so what do you do? I guess as Nomen, you just don't defend this at all?
I wouldn't. I mean, he would need a bonsai and a sword to break.
It's interesting that the air ring was selected.
Did it have a fate on it?
Yeah, it did. But that's I guess it's also an important ring, so he's trying to deny it simply.
No one defends. Interesting.
No, it looks like we have a rumor monger defending.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one defends, like in general.
Oh, I thought you said no one defends.
Oh, yeah. No one, Nomen. We got some interesting names here. I don't like this defense. This just makes it even better for... Oh, but we see for shame. Do you dishonor in that position there? What are your thoughts?
Maybe.
Because, like, you can dishonor and then leave, and then actually have an attack. I don't know. I don't know what's correct. Because Shen doesn't have any... Shen's conflict characters, or... Oh, we see Charge.
Oh, Charge Yunako. It's surprising to... Oh, he's gonna... I think he may well use his favorable ground to get Yunako out of
Yeah, I would agree. Yunako's cool because even though she's a 4-2, she's actually just a 4 in whatever conflict she wants to be in because she can swap her own stats.
That's right. Yep, and we indeed see Yanako going back to base thanks to favorable ground. So actually, this has been a little nice simply because the Bayushi Lyre can't attack now. So unless Nomen has another, it's possible Nomen has another unassuming Yojimbo. I think he's running more than one copy.
Yeah, he has two Yojimbos and he has a Cunning Magistrate as his other comic character. We see a policy debate coming out for Shen here. So he debates Hiroe versus the Yojimbo. So the Hiroe still being here is pretty sweet.
Yep. So here we see the hand. Nomen has a Kachiko.
Nomen did have the other Yojimbo, so very smart defense by Shen.
Ooh, this is a tough situation. Who do you take here? Do you take Kachiko or do you take Yojimbo? I think I take Yojimbo.
I think I would take Kachiko.
He takes Yojimbo.
Okay.
So
it just means that Shen can't get an attack.
ooh, there's also a little harsh piece here, which is that it appears to me Nomen has 2 copies of Way of the Scorpion in hand. That is not what he wants to see.
Indeed, he needs to see a favorite. He wants to see a favored niece as soon as possible. We could just see Kachiko here go for a break on Shameful.
He only has a military attack.
Yeah, that's fine. Kachiko has 3 military attack, and he has double katana.
Against Yanako with 4 plus Shameful?
No, Shameful's been used.
Oh, was it? No, it wasn't.
Oh, no, it wasn't used.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he just has to play the Magistrate instead.
Cunning Magistrate takes the field. I'm not totally sure about Cunning Magistrate.
What's Shen's province lineup? It's the same. Seeker Cache, Meditations, Pilgrimage, and Shameful.
This is a tough situation because both of the revealed provinces aren't good for this Cunning Magistrate to attack, but hitting either of the unrevealed provinces isn't good either, so it's kind of a any way you go, you're in some trouble situation. The other thing is that this Cunning Magistrate's ability is not going to do anything against Yanako.
Well, he can just he can take the ring off the Earth Ring and force Shen to defend by attacking Pilgrimage because he has double katana in his hand.
That's a good point.
So he basically is just saying,
he's fishing.
If he hits,
he's fishing for something new.
Hitting Meditations would be pretty bad.
Well, it wouldn't remove him immediately, but it would be costly with leaving those katana in play for a while.
It could be bad. It also leaves him open to getting hit by a Fury and then getting counterattacked, and losing a Fate off your guy. Like, say he has Fury here, and then he Meditations him, and then he goes for Void. Like, that would be a huge swing for Shen.
That would be. Yep. And he now knows Nomen's hand, so he knows there isn't
he knows there's no counter.
Character. Okay, so we see Strength 2. Is Yanako going to defend? That's the next question.
No, he's already chosen no defense because he's used Meditations already. Oh, no, he hasn't. I'm sorry. I see takes 1 Fate. I saw takes 1 Fate. And I was like...
Yeah, but that was the Fate that the attacker gained from the Earth Ring.
Yep.
No defense from Shenful.
So,
are we going to see... Weird.
Yep.
Nomen passes, Shenful also passes.
Discards Assassination at random. That's fine. I think Shen also just was okay with this, because Shen's just going to get a break here, because he knows his hand. Oh, it's a political attack. I for some reason I thought Shen had a military attack still.
No, but he can reverse his strength to get up to strength 4 and tie this fight. And I believe
void off the guy, and we know that Nomen has no political buffs in his hand.
Yeah, well, he has that Kachiko, which he can't play.
Yeah.
And he has the hated unassuming, or the hated Way of the Scorpion, which is not going to be very relevant. He could play a policy debate, and he's going to do it. So is this a both bid 1 situation? It is. We now see... Okay, so it looks like he was discarding that Cloud the Mind because he indeed had other copies. He has 2 Cloud the Minds, 3 for Shames, Forged Edict, Court Games, Bonsai.
Shen's hand is very good.
Yep. What do you take here?
Well, he made him discard the Court Games.
Okay.
Interesting.
So now we see Yanako swapping strength. She goes up to political strength 4, which
Yep,
matches.
3 plus the favor. Shen
Yep.
wins, voids off this magistrate. I think Shen's position is actually pretty good now. His so they're not so the hand size may say 7-7, but realistically it's 7-5 because Nomen has just literal 2 dead cards.
Good point. One thing that I do notice though is that Shen is on 2 honor, and 2 is not a high number when
It's
it
really
comes to honor.
it's really
Now, of
funny with these
course,
strongholds.
Nomen is on 3, but yeah, because both players have the Scorpion Stronghold, using the Scorpion Stronghold is much less of a guaranteed stabilizer than it is in some other matchups. So you kind of have to watch out here in these situations where the honor values are near one another.
Another thing to note is that one trick. Wow, double Haraway flop from Shen here, which is pretty sick for him. This character's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so what does he do? Double hero A, and then he plays the Lyre.
You can play
and then he
Lyre
plays
and Yunako.
Shoe Fate.
You can play Lyre with 1 and then Yunako 2. That's 2. Yeah, that leaves you with a Fate, and then also everything in his hand costs 0.
Good point. Yogo Outcast hits the field.
Yeah, I probably Lyre 1, Yunako 2, and then just have a really strong board. Because Nomen's flop isn't good. Like he's really gonna depend on this Kachiko. But like him playing these characters and with only 5 Fate now, this Kachiko won't even have Fate. I think I press my board advantage because I know I have advantage in hand right now. One cool thing that Scorpion players like to do when the honor gets low is Scorpion players try and sneak out extra card draw, because if both players are bidding 1 and you're even on honor, Scorpion can go to 2 and then immediately steal it back. Shen just goes for the steal. Shen just steals. Let's see if Nomen can steal back now.
Are we going to see Yanako played?
How many? Shen does have another copy of Kachiko in his deck.
Yeah, but I think we know from that policy debate he hasn't seen her yet. Though he did have a Lyre Leaf play, didn't he?
No, I think Nomen had the Lyre Leaf play. Shen had a Lyre Leaf play, but it was a while ago. Nomen just recently had a Lyre Leaf play, so Nomen has an unknown card in hand at the moment. Shen bids 2. That's so smart. That's so good. So basically, he oh man, he won the mind game there. So because he got to stronghold in dynasty phase, Nomen had to wait till draw step to use his box. So Shen bids 2 to go under him. That was very well played by Shen. I think Nomen might Nomen could have considered bidding 2 also, because he would have gone to 1 and then stole back up to 2. If Shen had bid 1. So yeah, it's just Shen sneaks an extra card. How important? Or you think he'll play Kachiko with 1 Fate here?
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Click pointing out it also turns off these outcasts. So these 2 outcasts who were 3/3s just a second ago are now back to lowly 2/2s. So we see this hero because he just pulled up all this extra fate from these dupes, just brazenly going into meditations. Probably void. We saw Lyre no fate and Yunako 2 fate, so almost my line of play. Contesting water, okay. So this basically just forces Nomen to defend with the no faded outcast, and then Hero will hook the other one. Man, we started a really long conversation in this Discord League channel.
Both players are losing honor rapidly.
So we see a core games to honor her away. So one of the two cards. Oh, Click saying it's super greedy not to block here. Do you hook just to deny Nomen an attack, or force Nomen to play Kachiko as an attack? You think the attack is greedy, Click? Really? He's attacking water. So, he, why would he lose to air? It forces the double block. I think maybe he was gonna try and hook the faded outcast with Hero, but it got Cloud the Minded. Alright, so we see a mill attack from the outcast contesting fire, probably attempting to dishonor this liar. Attacking Pilgrimage, though. Interesting. Oh, we know that Nomen has swords in his hand. Yeah, it forces it. It forces a double defend. However, Shen could have drawn a Fury. Fury actually doesn't hit Kachiko right now. Never mind. Yeah, Click pointing out that this might actually be game here. Is your mic muted? You might be muted. Well, he's swinging fire right now at Pilgrimage, so I don't think it's going to be that line of play. He did his mill attack first. So Shen wins the mill attack. No, yeah. So I think your line is better, Click. If Nomen had gone with Kachiko first, because then he could have attempted the air ring. Now Shen can do the air ring here and not lose. Alright, looks like both are passing pre-conflict. Shen passes his conflict. Interesting. Oh yeah, Colorado pointing out he only has a mill attack because he uses his political with hero. You're right. So yeah, I think this might be game. Yeah, we just see a no faded Kachiko coming down. He's just gonna do air at meditations. He just does air at meditations. Shen can for shame the Kachiko, but then she just dishonors and then he sends home. What could he have drawn? Shen doesn't have any mana for anything. Or sorry, any fate for anything. So I think he's dead here. Yeah, okay, oh, sure, he just bows Kachiko because he has favor. Yep. And there we go. That is indeed the game. Huh. Alright, so Nomen gets a dishonor victory. And Click pointing out that, yeah, the water attack was very greedy by Shen at the end. Also, maybe bidding 2 was greedy, because then it turned off your box. All right, well, that was a very interesting, a very anticlimactic game. It kind of just ended abruptly. It was interesting for sure. It was a lot closer than I expected it to after the start of the game. But all right, well, tune in next time for the stream. There won't be any streams from me this weekend, guys, because I will be in at PAX South. So I will see you guys the following week with hopefully some top 16 action.